Hello. I wanted to give you an update on our governing board meeting last week. It's quite something working out how to cover off all the business of the board in 2 hours instead of all day and still have some meaningful conversations, but I think we did it. I'm still finding Zooming a bit of a novelty. I hear of colleagues doing 5 or 6 meetings a day and I am in awe. I find them a bit discombobulating, which is a fun, fancy word for confusing. But there's no doubt that we are fortunate to have this virtual way of communicating in these times. Of course, we're all disappointed that so many meetings, events and conferences have been cancelled, but I am so impressed with the way that IFLA staff, the professional units and colleagues from all around the world are stepping up and keeping the important work of IFLA going. And I'm especially grateful to the governing board members who are joining meetings at very odd hours and continuing their commitment to IFLA and especially to our work on the governance review. We had a big agenda for our meeting and here are a few highlights. We discussed the governance review. The working groups are continuing to meet and we will hold a virtual workshop next week. This is to move towards finalising the draft proposal that will be circulated for consultation in June. We also discussed the time frame for the amendments to the IFLA statutes and rules of procedure and nominations and voting for the governing board and committees for 2021 to 23. We worked through the best and worst case scenarios and expect to get greater clarity as the weeks progress. We talked about how we're going to manage the General Assembly, which is normally held during the Congress. Because of all the uncertainty around the lifting of travel restrictions, we agreed to wait until the first half of July before making any decisions. The latest that can be held is the end of November. It is at the General Assembly that we present the annual report and IFLA awards. We will also be proposing the amendments to the statutes regarding voting. Of course, we discussed the congresses and noted the very supportive and positive reaction to cancelling our conference in Dublin in August. We are so grateful to our Irish hosts in agreeing to hold it in Dublin in 2022. We had an update on the preparations for Rotterdam in 2021. We also agreed that we will delay a call for the 2023 conference until later in the year because the priority for most people at this time is the pandemic and it's not a good time to be trying to plan for a bid for an international conference. 2 high-profile projects have been affected badly, this year's President's Meeting and the Trend Report. We're working on a great idea for a replacement for the President's Meeting and we're committed to getting the Trend Report completed by the end of the year. The Finance Committee, the Congress Advisory Committee and the professional committees all met during last week as well, and their business continues. I hope that you and yours are staying well, and let's keep working together.